Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to continue a little bit with Chapter 11. Our learning objective for today is after reading Chapter 11, which we did together yesterday if you hopped on Zoom, of The Watsons Go to Birmingham, explain how the author, explain how the author used specific word choice to characterize Grandma Sands as feeble yet powerful. Now, when we're talking about specific word choice, it means pretty much what it says. What specific words did the author choose? And what does it mean to characterize? To characterize means to build a character or give a character certain characteristics, or tell us about that character, build up that character so we really know who they are. So here we're looking for specific words that tell us about Grandma Sands, that show us that Grandma Sands is feeble yet powerful. So first things first, if you watch this video, the definition of feeble is right here, but I am going to delete it out because I did want you to look it up, but I just realized I accidentally left it there. So there's a little one up if you're watching the video. But feeble means lacking physical strength, especially as a result of age or illness. So it kind of means that Grandma Sands is weak yet powerful. So what you're doing today is you're looking for specific pieces of textual evidence that have specific words in them that show you that Grandma Sands is feeble yet powerful. So she's feeble and powerful. Our learning targets are first things first. I can define feeble in order to explain how specific words show that Grandma Sands is feeble. If you don't know what feeble means, you have to look up the definition, right? All right, so once you look up that definition, or if you copy the one I had above here, that's okay. But you need to write that definition right here. You can copy and paste it. You can type it. It's up to you. Our second learning target for today is I can identify textual evidence that shows how the author characterizes Grandma Sands as feeble, and textual evidence that shows that Grandma Sands, that Grandma Sands is powerful. I'm actually going to reword this differently. I apologize. Okay, so I can identify textual evidence that shows the author characterizing Grandma Sands, so the author describing or building Grandma Sands as feeble, and textual evidence that shows the author characterizing Grandma Sands as powerful. And your third one is I can determine which specific words show that Grandma Sands is feeble and which specific words show that Grandma Sands is powerful. Learning targets 2 and 3 will be done in this chart right here, and I'm going to do the first one with you. First things first, let's look over this chart. It asks you to provide a piece of textual evidence in this first column that shows that Grandma Sands is either feeble or powerful. So you're going to pick whether it's feeble or powerful, and then you're going to write that in this second chart. All you have to write in this chart is feeble or powerful. In the third column, you're going to choose which specific words from your textual evidence show you that Grandma Sands is feeble or powerful, whichever one you chose in the second column, and explain a little bit. So I'm going to do the first one with you, and I have the excerpt of the text that describes Grandma Sands pulled out for you already. So we're going to start this together, and I'm going to show you how I want you to do this. All right. Me and Joey had never seen Grandma Sands in our life. Byron could remember that she was the meanest, ugliest person in the world, but he was probably lying. He was only 4 the last time Mama and Dad were here. Byron said he had nightmares for a couple of weeks after they left Alabama 10 years ago. So right there can be a piece of textual evidence that supports whether Grandma Sands is feeble or powerful. Take a second. I want you to think about it. Does this one show this sentence? Byron said he'd had nightmares for a couple of weeks after they left Alabama 10 years ago. Tell you that Grandma Sands is feeble or powerful? If you said powerful, I think you're right. That's what I would say. And the key word I would use here is nightmares, because someone that's weak and fragile isn't going to cause you nightmares, right? Something that's powerful and kind of scary is going to cause you to have nightmares. And then I'm going to explain because it asks me to explain. So I chose the word nightmares to explain as the specific word, that shows me that Grandma Sands is powerful. And I'm going to explain that if something that causes you nightmares is typically scary and powerful, not something that's weak. Okay. And there you have it. So I just did the first one with you. If you take a look right here in this chart, it asks you to provide 2 for feeble and 2 for powerful. So I already provided you 1 for powerful. So you need 1 more piece of textual evidence that shows that Grandma Sands is powerful, and then 2 that show it's feeble. You should fill out the rest of the chart. So first column is a sentence directly from the text. Second column, you're writing whether that evidence shows she's feeble or she's powerful. Third column, which specific words from your piece of textual evidence show you that she's feeble or powerful? Which words led you to believe what you chose in the second column? And explain why a little bit. Don't just write the word, tell me why. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I do most of the time, there's going to be a bonus opportunity here. Instead of, I've been doing the learning objective, let's change the top row of the chart, a little more tricky. Let's change that background color of the top row of the chart to orange. We haven't done orange yet. And you'll get 5 bonus points. All right, I love and miss you all. I will be available via Hangout message, email, private comment, as usual. And I hope you all have a fabulous day and a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow is ClassWorks. Let me know if you need anything.